What is the greatest threat to the Sorcerer Supreme, the guardian of our reality, the last bastion against the infinite horrors of chaos? Most would say a cosmic demon, a dark god from an elder dimension, perhaps the dreaded Dormammu or the all-consuming Shumagora. But they're wrong. The most dangerous, most insidious, and most unpredictable threat is not a monster. It is a man in a cold iron mask.
To understand this threat, we must first understand the man he threatens. Stephen Strange is more than a sorcerer. He is the living embodiment of the mystic arts. His power is a delicate, dangerous dance with the fundamental forces of the universe, an eternal balancing act on the edge of a razor. He is a guardian who borrows power, channels it, and above all, respects its ancient, immutable laws. He understands that every spell has a cost, every incantation a consequence. He is a surgeon, meticulously working to preserve the sanctity of reality, cutting away the cancers of the cosmos. He has faced beings that could devour galaxies, entities that exist outside of time, and through his peerless intellect, unmatched skill, and profound sacrifice, he has always found a way. He is the shield. He is the protector. He is prepared for any magical threat the multiverse can throw at him. But what happens when the threat isn't just magical?
Enter Victor Von Doom, a name forged in the fires of tragedy and hammered into shape by sheer, unbreakable ambition. While Strange's journey into magic began with broken hands, seeking a cure for his body, Doom's began with a broken heart, seeking vengeance for his soul. His entire life has been a singular, obsessive crusade to free his mother's soul from the demonic clutches of Mephisto. This intensely personal quest drove him down the same arcane paths as Strange. He too traveled the world, seeking out forgotten masters and forbidden knowledge. He too mastered disciplines that would shatter the minds of lesser men. In fact, his raw, untamed potential was so immense, so terrifying, that he was once considered a prime candidate to become the Sorcerer Supreme himself. But here, at this crucial crossroad, their paths diverged into two fundamentally, irreconcilably different philosophies. Strange sees himself as a servant of magic, a humble guardian of its ancient order, bound by its rules. Doom sees magic as a tool, a weapon, another fundamental science to be dissected, reverse-engineered, mastered, and ultimately bent to his indomitable will. Strange asks for power. Doom takes it.
And this is where the true, secret danger of Dr. Doom lies. It's not in his magic alone. It's in the unholy, terrifying fusion of his arsenal, built upon three pillars that Strange, by his very nature, cannot counter. First is his unflinching embrace of the dark arts. Strange operates by a strict moral and mystical code. There are spells he will not cast, entities he will not summon, prices he will not pay. Doom has no such limits. He will walk into the darkest abyss, forge pacts with the vilest of demons, and wield the most corrupting, soul-scarring magic if it serves his purpose. For Strange, morality is a compass. For Doom, morality is a weapon to be used and discarded at will. Second is his unbreakable adamantium will.
Strange's power, for all its vastness, requires concentration. It can be challenged, his focus broken. Doom's will is absolute. It is the force of a black hole, drawing all power towards it, submitting to nothing. This is a man who once a year, every single year, literally walks into hell itself to challenge its supreme ruler, Mephisto, to a duel for his mother's soul. He has never won, but more importantly, he has never failed to return. But his true secret weapon, the pillar that makes him Strange's ultimate rival, is the one Strange is least prepared for: technology. Doom's armor is not just a suit of metal. It is a fortress, a life support system, a supercomputer, and a magical artifact all at once. It is shielded with enchantments that can deflect the very spells Strange relies on. Its sensors can analyze magical energy in real time, calculate its frequency, its source, its weaknesses, and devise countermeasures on the fly. It houses psionic scramblers to defend against mental attacks. While Strange is casting a spell, Doom is running a diagnostic. He is turning magic into data, and data into defeat.
If there is any doubt about this terrifying combination, one need only look to the seminal graphic novel, Triumph and Torment. In this story, the aged sorcerer Genghis calls a grand contest to find the Sorcerer Supreme. As the reigning master, Dr. Strange must attend. To his horror, Dr. Doom also arrives. Through a combination of brilliant strategy and technological cheating, Doom forces the mystical entity supervising the contest to declare both him and Strange as winners. His prize? He forces Strange to honor a magical boon, to help him journey into hell and rescue his mother. What follows is a masterclass in Doom's superiority. Strange's initial plan, a direct magical assault, is deemed suicidal by Doom. Instead, Doom takes control. He uses his technology, his cunning, and his ruthless pragmatism. He sacrifices Strange as a diversion, builds machines within hell itself, and ultimately confronts Mephisto not with raw power, but with a masterful act of deception. He tricks Mephisto into a game of wits, using a device he brought to trap the demon. In the end, while he doesn't win in the traditional sense, he successfully manipulates the situation to allow his mother's soul to finally find peace and ascend to heaven. He proves that in a battle of wits, even in the heart of the mystical realm, his scientific, strategic mind gives him an edge that no other sorcerer, not even the Supreme, possesses.
So, who would win in a definitive battle between Dr. Doom and Dr. Strange? In a sanctioned duel, a pure contest of mystical skill, Stephen Strange's experience, his connection to the Vishanti, and his title as the Sorcerer Supreme would likely give him the upper hand. He is, after all, the master of his craft. But Doom doesn't fight in sanctioned duels. He wages war. He would not face Strange in a fair fight of spell versus spell. He would prepare. He would analyze. He would study Strange for months from the shadows, using his technology to map every weakness, every pattern. He would use his dark arts to attack Strange from realms he dare not enter. He would use his vast resources to create a battlefield of his own choosing. He would use his unbreakable will to endure any magical assault Strange could muster. Strange is prepared to fight a sorcerer. He is not prepared to fight a man who is a sorcerer, a super scientist, a master strategist, and a ruthless king all at once.
The greatest threat to the Sorcerer Supreme isn't a demon who follows the ancient rules of magic. It is the man who shows up with a plan to rewrite the rules altogether.